Hi, it's Dean from Remax. Here today to talk about bidding wars. Currently, about 30% of the homes sold in Guelph sell for full price or more. So it means there's a lot of bidding wars going on there and people competing for homes. So today I'm going to give you the top 10 ways to win a bidding war. Okay, so number one, get pre-approved. It's really important to get pre-approved and get it in writing. Get your lender to give you your pre-approval in writing. When you have the pre-approval, you won't waste a lot of time looking at homes that you can't afford, and just makes it a lot easier. And then include your pre-approval letter with your offer so that when the sellers and the seller's agent look at the offer, they can see in writing that you've been pre-approved for that amount. And if there is a financing condition in the offer, that'll go a long way to helping them accept your financing condition. Okay. Number two is act fast and first. So what I mean by that is, in a busy market, you've got to have your eyes open for new listings on a daily, if not an hourly basis. You've got to always be watching the MLS to see when new listings come up. Keep your realtor on speed dial. Be in constant contact, and when a new listing comes up that looks like it's a good one, get out there and see it right away. Okay, that's the act fast part. Now the act first. Try to be the first offer registered on the property. So when another buyer comes along, if they find out, oh, there's already an offer registered on the property, that may turn them off and they may decide to keep looking. So it could reduce the amount of offers that you have to compete with. So definitely you want to get in there first. Number three, offer the most money. I know that's kind of an obvious one, but it's really important to offer the maximum price that you feel comfortable offering on the property, because you really very seldom will you get a second chance. The fact that there are multiple offers on the property is a good indication that it might be underpriced. Even if you're offering 10, maybe 20,000 over the asking price, you may still be buying the property at market value. A lot of buyers think that they're only getting a good deal if they buy the property for less than asking price. But the fact that there's a lot of offers on the property may indicate that they've intentionally underpriced the house to get multiple offers. So if you're offering more than asking price, you're probably still in the ballpark. Number four is offer a large deposit. Okay, you always give a deposit with your offer. A large deposit, it'll help your offer just look more solid. If you can give quite a bit of cash up front there as a deposit, it makes it look solid. And if you have the funds available, then why not? Because it's just like your down payment, it's just in a different spot. So it's not costing you anything, and you can really get the seller's attention. Whoa, look at this big deposit, these people are solid. Also, it can make the other offers that have smaller deposits, it can make their offers look a little bit shaky in comparison. So a large deposit is always a good idea. Number five, cash offer. Okay, so from the seller's point of view, the fewer conditions in the offer, the better. Offers with no financing condition or a cash offer is definitely preferred, because then the seller doesn't have to wait 5 days or a week to find out whether you got your financing or not. So it's just a lot quicker turnaround for the seller. If the seller is holding off offers, looking at offers for a certain period of time, let's say the offer is listed on a Monday, but they're not going to look at offers until a Friday, use that time to get your financing approved. Because let's say by Friday, your lender says, okay, you're approved, you're good to go. Then you can remove that financing condition out of your offer, and it becomes a cash offer. and much more preferable for the seller. But with that, a word of caution, make sure you're approved. If you're going to go in cash, make sure you've got that approval in writing. Okay? Number 6, the escalation clause. This one is not a well-known tactic, but it's a pretty good one. If you're determined that you want to get this property at all costs, you might want to consider putting in an escalation clause. And what an example of that would be, let's say you made an offer of $400,000 for a property, but then you put a clause in there saying that you're willing to pay $5,000 more than any other offer. Okay, so then let's say someone else comes in and says, okay, we want to offer $425. Well, then your offer automatically becomes $430, and you win. You might want to put a cap on that. You might want to say, well, no more than $450. But that's a good tactic to use to kind of ensure that you'll buy the property, but also you put that cap on there just to say, make sure that you're not going to overpay for it. So escalation clause is good. Number 7, waive inspections. Okay, this is another situation where the fewer conditions the better. And in some situations you might feel comfortable with the condition of the home. Let's say the home is brand new or is very well looked after, maybe you feel really comfortable with it, or let's say you have a lot of experience in construction and know a lot about houses and how they're built, and you're happy with the house based on that. Then you may want to waive your home inspection condition and just make your offer a lot cleaner. So that's always a good tactic, and the fewer conditions the better. Number 8 is write a letter to the seller. This one I don't see too often out there either, but writing a personal letter to the seller, just explaining your situation as a buyer, tell them about you, your family, how much you love the house, you know, that you're going to raise your family there and stuff, you know, lots of warm and fuzzy information that sellers love to hear. If this, you know, one of the buyers that you're competing with is an investor, which is kind of cold and prickly, you know, you might get the decision. I've seen people even take less money because they like the buyer, the other buyer, or the situation better. So it doesn't hurt to just write a nice, little bit corny, but write a nice little letter to the seller. Number 9, find out about the seller's terms. And what I mean by that is, before you put your offer down on paper, find out all the other terms that the seller is looking for. What is their ideal closing date? What things do they want to include with the property or exclude with the property? Give them exactly what they want on their offer so that they're really tempted to just accept it the way it is. You give them everything they want, then you know they're really going to want to accept your offer. While you're at it, tighten up the timelines on your conditions. If you have any conditions in there, try to make those as short as possible. If you think you can get your financing approved in 3 days, put it in 3 days. It'll just make the offer look a lot better if those conditions will happen quickly. Number 10 is turn a loss into a win. Now what I mean by that is, if you lose the bidding war, but you come in second place, then try to get your offer accepted as a backup offer. So what that would entail would be you make your offer conditional upon the first offer falling apart. And sometimes the winning buyer might get cold feet. Maybe they'll, you know, after they'll might feel that they overpaid for the property and want to back out, or maybe they've had an inspection, didn't like what they saw, maybe they didn't get their financing, and it has been known to happen, deals fall apart. If you're in there as a backup offer, then your offer automatically is accepted, and you don't have to go through the process of the property going back on the market, and then perhaps you're competing again with a bunch of other buyers. So if you can get your offer already accepted as a backup, you can save yourself a lot of trouble there, and maybe get a deal done. So that's our 10 ways to win a bidding war. There's number 1, there's a bonus one today, number 11. And the best way, this is really the number 1 best way to win a bidding war, is to be the seller, because sellers always win when there's a bidding war. So that's it for today. That's all about bidding wars. If you're planning on buying or selling this year, give me a call and upgrade your agent.